Good evening everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a video on a whole week of dinners. These are going to be high protein, easy, quick dinners that I always try and incorporate into my week. Excuse the noise, Matt has just decided to take his jumper off as soon as I started filming. He's had a stressful day.
This town isn't big enough.
Oh look, our tops match. Okay, so we are starting tonight with ramen. Ramen. This is literally one of my go-tos and it's just because it's so quick and easy. We are also going to be doing the boiled eggs in the air fryer because I saw it on TikTok and I did it today for an egg sandwich and it works. So we're going to do that and I'm going to show you. But yeah, we're going to have beef ramen. So I just use the pre-packaged ramen noodles. Make yourself a drink, like. Thank you. Go away. Oh, vitamin juice. So let's go with it. What I tend to choose with ramen is I choose just like one veg. So today I'm going for sweet greens. A lot of the time I go for pak choy, but there wasn't any in the shop today. So yeah, we've gone for sweet greens and then literally a protein and then normally the egg as well with that as well. So yeah, let's go. So I'm going to start off by prepping my beef. This is just like a lean beef steak and then I popped 2 eggs into the air fryer and this took around 8 minutes in the air fryer, which was so good and they were like perfect for ramen. Then I sorted out my beef, so I literally mixed it with soy sauce and some garlic, and this is literally all I ever do. I just think it gives it a nice taste and a little bit salty, which is good. And then I prep my noodles. These literally take 3 minutes. Pop them into some boiling water and I normally will have like half a pack, sometimes a full pack if I'm hungry. Then as I said, we're having cabbage today, so I pop this into the microwave just with a little bit of water. I never ever normally use the microwave, but I cannot find my steamer anywhere and I don't like boiling my veg that much, so I thought why not. I then pop the seasoning in, so as you saw, like we have chicken today for the ramen and then chopped up some spring onions. Now honestly, you can get any of the flavors in these ramen packs, they're all so good, and like I said, I really like the broth, so I give myself a little bit more of that as Matt I know will want more noodles. Then this is it serving. So we have got the cabbage and obviously the eggs. I do try and make sure that the eggs are a little bit gooey just because it is nice, and then top it with obviously your beef, spring onions, and then I also pop crispy onions because honestly phenomenal, and that is ramen done. That was good, isn't it?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Good evening, my loves. We are on dinner number 2. Now this is another super quick recipe that is a current go-to of mine. We're going to be making spicy honey and garlic chicken, and I'm going to be using chicken thighs because if any of you saw my story recently, I used to always opt for a chicken breast because I just thought that obviously chicken thighs are higher in fat, and I always thought that the macros probably were not really worth having thigh over the breast. But actually, when it comes to fat loss and weight loss, if you enjoy eating a chicken thigh far more than you enjoy eating a chicken breast, I would rather lose the calories elsewhere ever so slightly in order for me to fit in my chicken thighs. So let's get straight to it. I'm gonna get the ingredients out. There's literally only a couple of things that you need, so it's going to be a really quick and simple recipe. Again, opt for whatever veg it is that you feel. Tonight I'm probably gonna go for green beans just because it's easy. And then you're literally gonna dish it up. If you don't have an air fryer, you can also pan fry them, but also pop them into the oven as well. So let's go. Do you know what? I might actually do it with chips rather than rice because who doesn't prefer chips? I think I'm gonna do that, you know. These are honestly unreal from Aldi. They are salt and pepper fries and I literally love them. Okay, so for the chicken, you are going to need garlic puree, honey. Then if you like it spicy, you're going to opt for some sriracha. Is it? Here we go, some sriracha. I always use some kind of seasoning, so I'm just gonna go for this everyday seasoning and then also add some garlic granules as well. Now I'm very quickly just gonna weigh out the chicken because actually I do need to track this. So I'm literally just gonna lightly cut and not cut all the way through, of course. It's a lot easier to cut on a chicken breast, just so you know, like with a lot more of like the fatty bit on here, it can sometimes be a little bit more of a challenge. So just make sure you're doing it in areas that you feel like you can actually slightly cut through. All I'm going to do is literally coat this, both of the seasonings, really rub it in, and that's your chicken sorted. Okay, now we're putting the chicken into the air fryer for around 12 minutes per side. Now, if you feel as if obviously you need to cook it for a little bit longer, obviously please do. That is just a rough estimate with what I have done previously. So they are in like that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the sauce that goes over the top, and I'm gonna make it before just so I can drizzle a little bit of the honey sauce on top first, because it makes it super yummy and sticky, which is absolutely delicious. As I totally forgot to mention, you need butter in the sauce, and you're going to melt that ever so slightly in the microwave. Okay, I can't lie, I don't actually measure this out. I literally just pop a little bit in there. The sriracha, I don't like it too spicy, so I just put a tiny bit in there. I try to add probably the most part of honey just because we want it to be nice and sweet. Then you're gonna give it a little mix around, and ever so slightly just drizzle some on the top. Obviously you do not want to dip this back into there because you're going to be using the sauce after, but it's literally just to, you know, give it a little coating on the top. And if you feel you need to, you can just squeeze a little bit of honey on there as well. Now in the other side of the air fryer, I'm going to put the chips. So I would say on the safe side, I'd probably put these on for around 25 minutes. And that is just obviously halfway you're gonna flip them over. And then onto this one, I'm probably gonna put the chips on just for around 13 to 14 minutes. And then we're kind of done with that. Now, whilst that is going, I'm just gonna try and tell you the difference in protein and calories from chicken breast compared to chicken thighs. Sorry, my fridge keeps literally almost freezing things, so it makes everything a bit kind of condensation-y. Right, so per 100 grams of boneless chicken thighs, it's 186 calories and 27 grams of protein. And then 100 grams of chicken breast is 164 calories but 31 grams of protein. So realistically, you're looking at 20 calories more here, and 4 grams more of protein in the breast. So honestly, I know that that's for 100 grams, so obviously if you have 150, that adds up, but honestly, the chicken thighs are worth it. Okay, now that that other side has just switched on, I'm literally just going to turn all of these over, because I want to make sure that they are cooked obviously all the way through. Let's turn them over. Good evening. It is Wednesday and we are actually out tonight. We have got a work event. So I've got my little like crock pot out. I'm gonna put it on high because it probably will take around 4 hours. What time is it now? So 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, we'll probably be home at about 9 and this will then be ready. I'm probably just gonna serve it with some garlic bread because, or actually might have it with some rice. Haven't decided just yet, but we're gonna make a creamy chicken. I'm gonna use the boneless chicken thighs that I have had left from last time. So I'm just gonna literally pop them straight in because, to be honest, that's all I really need to do with them. You're also gonna need an onion and you're going to need some tomatoes. I normally would use like cheaper tomatoes in this, but that's all I've actually got, so I'll be throwing them in. Oh, someone at my door. My neighbour had a parcel for them. So yeah, you're gonna need onion, you're gonna need tomatoes, and also some like vegetable stock or something like that. And then for the creamy part, you're going to obviously need some cream and some parmesan, but that is right at the end. So we're gonna go through exactly what we need to do to start with, and literally just to get it on. This is so easy, it's so delicious, and I literally would make it every single day if I could. So because I'm putting it in the slow cooker, I actually don't really care how nicely this onion is gonna be cut. So I'm literally just going to chop it kind of quite rough. I don't think it really matters. Wow, that is honestly the most beautifully I've ever seen anyone cut an onion. Glorious. Okay, so onion is in. I'm now gonna put the tomatoes in and, oops. I also normally would put something like spinach, but I actually haven't got any, so I might put some cabbage in. Let me have a look. Yeah, why not? Let's put some cabbage in there. It's just a bit green in it. Now we just need to make a little bit of stock. So this is veg stock. And what I would do is, again, it just depends on how many bits of chicken you've got in there. Just don't make too much. Last time, it was like a guesstimate because this was just me throwing things together like I am kind of tonight. And it definitely was too much. So make sure that it's not too much liquid because you are going to be adding cream into it later. And then you're literally just going to pour that in all over and you're going to mix it all together. And then finally I'm just going to add some salt, some pepper, and this that I literally put into everything, the garlic puree. Drop that in. And honestly guys, this is literally a throw together recipe, but I guarantee when you are done with it, you're going to love it. And it's gonna go on to high for around 4 hours. See you later. For me, we are back and I stopped off to get a cheeky McDonald's for dinner because it is 10 p.m. So yeah, I have, like my food is prepped and ready, which is good. But all I'm gonna do is just kind of mix it all up, add the remaining bits in, and then pop it into some tubs for food prep, which I will take to work tomorrow. So that was actually pretty easy. This is the cream that I use, the Elmley Double Light, and I'm just gonna give it a little shake and pour just a little bit in. I would say probably use about 100 ml for both of us, and then literally mix everything together and you have a phenomenal creamy sauce. Oh my god, it smells so good. Yum, yum, yum. Unreal. Good evening everyone. We are in with another recipe, but we're making something that's not normally like a dinner meal. Now, it's only about 4:30. I actually don't know what time is it. It's 4:20. And we've not actually had any lunch yet, so I thought I would film this because I don't really know if we will end up eating dinner tonight, or just having some like kind of like snacky, picky things, which I also love. But we are going to be making a creamy scrambled egg with salmon and toast. So this is what Matt's family know as like Christmas morning breakfast. It was his birthday yesterday and his mum brought it around for us, but we didn't end up eating because he went on a 27-kilometre run and then needed lunch because he was out for so long. So that is what we're going to make, and it will not take long. It's literally like a 5-minute recipe, and before I do anything I'm going to start putting the toast in the toaster. Evening everyone, we are going on to the last meal of the weekday, and I'm going to be making like an air fryer lasagna, which I have made before. It is very simple. I sometimes make my own creamy sauce. I have actually just bought some from Aldi. I'm not feeling 100% today, hence why I look like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to start by making the mince with chopped tomatoes, onion, garlic, and then literally some seasonings. Okay, so I've just oiled the pan and I've just turned it on. We've got an induction hob and sometimes it takes like a little bit of time to heat up. So I'm going to heat up the oil and chop up this onion. Now I actually am going to use a whole onion. I don't always use a whole onion, but I feel like you can never have enough, so why not? And again, I don't feel like I'm precious about the way it's cut for this because it just goes into the lasagna anyway. Straight into the pan along with a little bit of garlic puree. And once that's fried off a little bit, I then will add in 250 grams of the mince, and that's gonna be enough for both me and Matt. I probably will use like 3/4 of this pack. Now this has started to brown off. I'm literally just going to pop in the beef. I'm just gonna add some salt and some pepper because you can never have enough. Okay, so now that we have browned off a little bit, we're just going to pop in the chopped tomatoes. Do you know what? I thought these packs would be a good idea, but the tomatoes just always get stuck in them. Guys, it literally says on the pack to cut it like this. Tomato puree, and give that a good old mix. I'm gonna pop the lid on and let it simmer for maybe 5 minutes before I then start layering it up. Okay, so we're gonna start layering this up. So I'm gonna start by obviously putting in some of the tomato sauce. I'm gonna pop that at the bottom. Now, it obviously works a little bit better if you have fresh lasagna sheets. However, I already didn't have any fresh pasta. Then going in with the creamy lasagna sauce, just spreading that all over. Okay, now I actually have a mixture of cheddar, already grated, and grated mozzarella, which has made this whole thing a lot easier. Okay, so that's on for 25 minutes. The chips are gonna be on for around 13 minutes, and the air fryer is just gonna do its thing, so I'm gonna go upstairs and chill. Looks absolutely lush. Very quick little homemade lasagna. And veg and chips. Glorious.